We're back from our break, and if you remember right before I stopped, we had a glorious failure, which was almost by intent. But what I'm doing here is I want to show you what I think is kind of the correct way to try to read these comments and get things fixed. Now, I have a few students in class that spent a lot of time investigating this, and one of them supposedly found a fix. And the real simple fix was that in this file here where it says div4, they went ahead and they changed the word div to form, and then it supposedly worked. Now, I haven't tried it yet, but I want you to read the error message, and this is the more important part. It says the div4 method has been removed from Rails. Okay, well that's great. So what do we get instead, right? Well, apparently the answer must be form4, because somebody was looking at the Ruby on Rails tutorial site. Is that correct, Ashley?
Yeah.
And looking at their example code, and that's what they had in theirs. So she figured that must be the fix, and I guess some people have tried it and it kind of works or kind of doesn't. We're not really sure. But notice that following that comment, it also says to continue using it, so you can continue to use it, add the record tag helper gem to your gem file. So you would take this line and add it to your gem file. So let me just show you what they mean by that. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go into my project folder here, right to the root, and I'm going to look for my gem file. And that's a file that just says gem file. There's no file extension on it. And let's send that over to Notepad++. And then somewhere inside here, it doesn't really matter where you put it, I'll just throw it right here, you throw in this. Save it, then you drop to a prompt, and you run bundle install. It'll find that gem listed and install it, and hypothetically, it should work. Has anybody tried that?
10 times.
10 times, somebody said.
Bundle install.
All right, and what was your result from trying it?
Didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. All right, and that's kind of my inclination on it too. So here I went and saved it in my file already. Let me just delete that and then save it again. All right. I like the approach though that if div4 is not working, that form4 might. So let's try that. So let's go ahead and find the files that we were working with that had that thing present. Now, isn't that interesting? Here's a form4, right? This is a div4, so let's change that to form and save. Any others? So I have to go back through everything? Well, apparently. How else are you going to fix it? Right? There's another form4. And this is one of the nice things if you're in the habit of just leaving everything open in your editor like I do. Everything that I've made changes to so far had that in there. All right, so given that fact, let's go back now, and I'm just going to hit the back button on the application. I'm just going to hit a refresh just to be on the safe side. And then I'm going to go ahead and show the article. All right. Now, what was the action that triggered the error? Just trying to do this, right? Okay. All right. What's the other error I'm going to get next?
When you actually add name, email, body, and launch it, you're going to get another error.
Okay.
It won't take a comment, and it's generating undefined method comment path.
All right. So it's not going to take the comment. Now, the problem that we're having at this point, this is a problem that's similar to the problem that I had in previous years where I put a fix out there, and that's because some of the code that we have is expecting that certain components of the application are done when they're not quite done, and that's what's going on here. So I'm just going to type something in, some of my standard junk here. Right, type some things and hit add and have it gloriously explode. Right? Yay, it failed.
You got a different error than I did.
Okay, what does your error say?
That's the same
I'm getting
one I
that
get.
one now.
Okay. Undefined method comment path. All right. Now this one does relate to, if I'm remembering right, this video right here. So I am in the Unit 5 folder, and if you go back 2 years, and I have a 5-minute video, and I'm actually gonna do the silly thing of playing a video inside of my video. I am gonna mute the sound though. Okay, thank you. But I'm just kind of fast forwarding here, as you can see we're at the same spot, and then you do something, and then I have this little comment that I make here, and the point is, so what I done in the video is I figured out that if we go to the comment RB file, so I'm going to pause this video now. So that's why in my Notepad++ right now I was kind of reviewing that. There's a file. Okay, so it's in the app models comment RB. And then right inside here, you have this command. Now this command, as I indicate in that video, and if you want a more detailed explanation, watch that video, because I'm doing the brief version here. That command relies on the fact that, okay, we've generated user controllers, we've generated all this stuff. We haven't made the connections within the application yet, folks. So when it's calling for a path that's broken, that's because it can't find this yet. We haven't set up the article user email pathway within the application. So what I did in the video is I just took that code out, I dropped it down here as a comment, and just pasted it back in. And then, just as a joke, I just typed in like somebody for right now. Now I'm going to save this. I'm going to go back to my browser and the window here. I'm going to try to go back into the application if it'll let me. Okay. Let's just do a refresh to be on the safe side. Hit refresh like 5 times just to be sure. Click on one of the articles. Let it load up. Now it won't even show. Time to punt. All right, but okay, so I clearly have a deeper problem than that. So let's go look at this file right now. So comment.
That's what was throwing, that was what was the original error was.
And that would be comments, comment HTML ERB.
Yeah, underscore comment.
Now the question I have on this one, that was a div for, right? And we know that's not going to work, right? So we changed it to form for a reason.
I left it in February running and it didn't
Yeah.
But, but I had to try it since we removed that, so it's still worth a shot.
All right. I'm going to actually remove that comment there altogether. I'm going to try this one more time. And I'm just having a thought in my head here about should this work. Okay, there's the articles. Let's try the other article. Okay. Undefined method comment path. So the question is, what is the path to the comment? All right, this is not the type of fix I like. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. So we spent a little bit of time off camera here, actually quite a bit of time trying to figure this out. Class is running 15 minutes over. And Christian's in the hallway pacing, waiting to come in and teach you guys Java too. And I'm recording this and putting it on YouTube. Yes, indeed. But what we did, kind of using a combination of different methods, and I know that just a few minutes ago as you're watching this, I was saying that, we generated an error message that told us to add this gem here so that we could keep using the div4 tags, right? And so I added that in, and then on my command line, one of them, this one, not that one. Okay. Apparently it was where my server was, so I got to go back to my server prompt, this one. I'm going to stop my server right now, and then scroll back up to find the thing. So I added to my gem file, this is in the root of your project, this line. So if you want to pause your video and grab that, that allows us to use the deprecated tag. All right, so after I added that to the file, I then I made sure my server was stopped, and then I came in here and I ran this command right here, bundle install, which just went through and installed that record tag helper. So install that so we could use that div thing. Then I restarted my server. I went in then to the comment HTML ERB file, which is in the comments folder, one of the ones that we created, and switched this back to div4. And I'll let you see for yourself the result here. In fact, here, let's just go to the root of the article. So it's, oh yeah, I stopped my server. All right, you have to have your server running. So I'm back to the prompt. Let's launch that server. So let's give that a couple seconds. All right. So let's do a refresh on that. That'll take a few seconds. All right, and you can see that the articles page loaded up. And so now where we were having a problem is we'd click the show button and it would fail. But with that change, now it seemed to have worked. So we can test the commenting feature now by just typing a couple of things in. And then click add. And then you're going to see, if it worked, that comment gets added to the screen. So that's our temporary fix for right now. So guess what we're going to be working on?
Chapter 8.
We're going to keep working on Chapter 8 and then plow into Chapter 9. I'm thinking at this point, once we've cleared this hurdle, we should not have too many more problems in Chapter 8, although some of you are giving me a look like I might. I'm going to try to be preemptive and try this stuff out on the weekend and try to record it maybe even. So we'll see how that goes, and if that happens, then I will post. Remember, you can always use the archive videos for help as well.